a little surprising different bedroom reviews. I'm currently in Virginia. Yep. I took a trip for my birthday to visit my girlfriend, and I will send the editor a couple of pictures, and it will be posted in this video. But not the point. Point of the matter is a couple things. One, hello everyone. I'm from Virginia. I'm actually leaving to go back to Indiana tomorrow, so huzzah. Two, babe, if you're watching this, hi. I will miss you and hopefully see you again sometime soon. But not the point. Point of the matter is start digging your butt between. Today we are continuing our Call of Duty Zombies series, and remember the last video where I said it only goes downhill from here? This is the starting point. It's 2017, and the new CUD just came out, World War II, and yep, it's World War II zombies. Yay! So I don't have a lot of time to record, so we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. World War II Zombies came out in 2017 with a map called The Final Reich. Preface this, the prologue technically is the first map, but we were going to get to that later. So The Final Reich is a map where it takes place in Middleburg, Austria. And you play as four characters: Jefferson Potts, voiced by Ving Rhames; Drosten Hind, an art thief, voiced by the 10th Doctor himself, David Tennant. Interesting fun fact. Marie Fisher, who is voiced by Catherine Winnick, I do believe. And Olivia, who is Elodie Young, if I'm not mistaken. They basically are fighting against a Nazi doctor named Dr. Straub, who is voiced by Udo Kier, who I think is actually German. Don't quote me on that. Pretty much this is round-based zombies. Easter eggs, all that stuff. Really don't have to go into that. But there is a tad difference because all the blitzes, aka the perks, are in German. There's that. That one's fun. They'll be posted here somewhere. Also, the boss fight's pretty kinda cool, I guess. There's also mini bosses called Whistlings, so yeah, there's that. There's also the boss is called the Panzermortar. Oh god, that thing is fucking terrifying. Dude, if I saw that shit, check me out. Just
off to hang myself, horse and left.
The rating I'd give this map, I give it like a 6 out of 10. It's not bad. It's definitely not good, but it's definitely not bad. I've been trying to attempt the Easter egg, and it's decent difficulty. I kind of like that, but otherwise, that's pretty much it. The next map in the lineup is The Darkest Shore. Yay! The Darkest Shore is a map that displays with a burning passion. So, do you all remember the fog from Transit? Yep. Crank that shit up to 11. And there are certain rounds where fog will roll in, and you basically have to be careful, because then you have to fight something called the Muculars. Yes. Oh my god, these abominations are fucking insane in this game. The Muculars are zombies that are in the fog, that will hide in the fog after a certain round, that will basically try to ambush you. And the boss fight is called the Michler Musler, Yeah. Perks, pretty much the same. The Easter egg is different, and then there's obviously, different wall buys and guns and all that good stuff, but really, those are not really too interesting, because again, perks and stuff don't change. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that. The rating I would give is a 1 out of 10. The Muculars, the Meister Mucular boss fight in the fog can get fucked. Yeah. The next map in today's lineup is Groston House, which is going to just go ahead and get me talked about here. So Groston House is a survival map you get after beating the Final Reich. The only map, I do believe, in the entire World War II Zombies that has a Der Wonder Fizz. It's called a random blitz machine, but it's basically the Der Wonder Fizz. There's also there is an Easter egg where you can get pack-a-punched weapons out of the mystery box. You know, it's cool. It's cool. I think Resting House, I give it an 8 out of 10. It's pretty much betting on that rating. The next map is the Shadowed Throne. This is where I have to start committing from memory because let's be honest, that most of these maps, except for the final right, Resting House and Dr. Shoulder, are basically unmemorable. Pretty much, you're in Berlin, I know, the capital of the Reich, and you have the same perk loadout. You'll notice I'm not really talking about the perks because it's literally the same, pretty much. Power-ups are the same. Weapons are different, obviously. Easter egg is different, obviously. This map's Easter eggs boss fight is with the Staatsjäger and a Zeppelin, so you know.
Zeppelins!
Like I said, these maps are not really too memorable because, you know, World War II Zombies wasn't really a memorable game, but I digress. The rating I'd give this map would be a 5 out of 10. It's basic. It's a good Easter egg, but not really like a good boss fight. But yeah, this next map, the second to last one, a little interesting fact about this map, is actually split off into 3 maps because there are 3 chapters. So we're just going to cover them all in this subsection, but it's the Tortured Path. So, cool concept to split it off into 3 maps, but very, very convoluted. So each chapter, so chapter 1 is called Into the Storm. And this first chapter takes place at a bodega, and they're all 3 survival maps. And yes, you can play them on disc. But the maps are called Bodega Cervantes, I do believe, the USS Mount Olympus, and I forget what the alternate is called, but it's a place in Antarctica. Each 3 maps have their own separate Easter eggs, and if you do Tortured Path, you have to do each one of these maps literally in basically 11 waves apiece, so there's 33 waves in total. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a cool concept, just, I think, executed poorly. This also gets a 5 out of 10. I just figured I would cover this because, technically speaking, it's considered 3 maps in 1. So, yeah. In today's final map, and the one that I'm also going to have to try to commit to memory here, is the Frozen Dawn. The perks are the same. There's obviously an Easter egg. You're in Antarctica, which I think is the only time in the zombie series that we've actually went to Antarctica. You have 4 unique wonder weapons, each with different abilities. The boss fight is, I do believe his name is the God King. There's a God King mentioned in the cutscene, so I think that's the boss's name, but don't quote me on that. You have the Sword of Barbarossa. I guess this entire cycle has been building up to building the Sword of Frederick Barbarossa. You know, German 1940s occultism. Oh. Again, the rest of these maps, especially pretty much Shadowed Throne onwards, are not really memorable. Yeah. The rating I give this map is like a 4 out of 10. Boss fight's cool. The wonder weapons are cool. Map is not really memorable. And that was World War II Zombies. I know. Very underwhelming at the end there. This was at the point where zombies really kind of started going downhill a little bit. And you will see in our next zombies review that the budget, we lose the plot and some of the budget. But yeah. Otherwise, that would be today's video. If you liked what you watched, please subscribe and like. As always, the next video will actually be back in Indiana, so you know. Yeah. But, as always, be good people. Peace.